Happy New Year.
Happy birthday.
What's
that from? Oh, Frosty. Oh, okay. I'm like, well, I'm like, what is that from?
All right, well, we're live.
Oh, we're live.
Been live.
Yeah, I'm going, happy
10
birthday.
seconds.
Who says happy birthday? Which way did he go, George? Which way did he go? That's reaching deep into the bag.
All right.
So, well, am I doing that? Okay. I don't know what's going on. Welcome to the NAT30s. The stream of the NAT30s. I'm really tired. Anyways, let's begin with our announcements.
Off to a rip-roaring start.
It's always rip-roaring here. Who goes first?
Ripping with the buns. Oh, we're already going there. Okay.
We're already
going
going
there. We're going there. So I am here to tell you about our partners, the Compound Network, who is a collaborative of South Coast Massachusetts creatives, which includes 3D painters, mini painters, and gamers like us, who are working together to boost each other's art and creations. Please check out our partners. We have the Brush Republic, Fusion Forge 3D Printing, Arel 3D Prints, Counterclockwise, and Tabletop Games. And speaking of tabletop games,
Speaking of tabletop games,
boyfriend.
we got a little something we do called Word of the Week. Usually something pretty silly and funny comes up. And when we decide, hold on, let me type it. I did not have that queued up. Word of the boom. And when we decide what the Word of the Week is, if you're local to Massachusetts, you can go to one of our 3 affiliated stores, get the Armory in Fairhaven, Tabletop Games in Westport, and Twilight Comics in New Bedford. Go to one of those stores, or all 3, hopefully. Go to the front, they'll have a little can with our faces on it. Write down to the Word of the Week, pop it in the can, you get entered in for a chance to win a $10 gift card. And you can do that at all 3 stores if you want. It's really cool. We really appreciate these guys for helping us out. It's the Armory in Fairhaven, Tabletop Games in Westport, and Twilight Comics in New Bedford. But if you prefer to help us more directly and get some cool stuff, Pat will tell you in a second about the Patreon.
And sorry, my computer's slow. Or maybe it's me. I don't know. There it is. Yes, we recently launched a Patreon. If you like to support our stream, we have 2 tiers right now, a $1 tier and a $2.50 tier. To give you various access to all sorts of behind the scenes things, such as some of DM notes, lore, character backgrounds, whole bunch of cool stuff, including early access to our VODs and special shout outs in our Discord server. If you haven't checked that out yet, why don't you go ahead and check out our Discord as well. Or if you want to help support the stream, you can also buy some of our merch and toss it that way.
Where am I? That way.
Gotta go to your
I
left
went the
that time.
opposite direction. I'm like,
Did I go to the right side? I
no,
probably
wait
did
for
it
the
the
leg.
wrong way again.
Pat's got to
So
go
we're
to his left. He was got to go to
opposite
his right.
directions.
We
Yes.
went around the world. That's
Yep.
that's how it happened.
It just did a scorpion. It went off this way and came out and punched me on the side of the head over here.
like a boomerang.
So yes, just dropped something. I don't know what that was. Our merch store, check it out. We are TeePublic. It's tpublic.com/the-nat30s. You can get stuff like Mr. Eric Firesong's Goblin Head shirt over there.
Oh, do we do a fit check? Who's wearing what?
I'm not wearing her stuff
Oh.
today. Sorry, I know.
No.
Blasphemous.
Am I the only one that passed the fit check, the drip
Yep.
test?
Yep, you did it. It's all you.
Sorry, I'm representing tabletop, but
Wow.
sorry.
I'm representing my tie-dye skills.
Hey,
There we go.
Ragatha. Hey,
Cool.
Graham.
Tie-dye. Yes, so check out the TeePublic. It goes on sale tomorrow. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there is up to 35% off everything in the store. So get yourself some cool shit. And I will have a bunch of new designs up on there very soon. I just have not had the time to actually do it. So, yep, check that out. tpublic.com/the NAT30s. Buy our swag.
Not gonna lie, it took me a second to see that wearing a thong was actually in the chat because we were all talking about things we're wearing. And Izzy goes, it sounded like it was like, I'm wearing a thong. And I was like, just throwing that. I really was.
No.
I was like, Izzy, throwing that out there.
I don't think
And
we
then I
have
looked
that
in
for
the
merch.
I do
Like
not.
NAT30 thong.
I do not wear
I
thongs.
saw it in the chat. I was like, oh, okay. Oops.
But when we do have a thong,
Yeah.
I will model it.
So
And I was gonna say the guys are gonna have to model them. We'll have to get D30 banana hammocks.
I don't even wear shorts, so
Come on.
it's just not gonna
they're
happen.
never nude. So we also
It's a public service. My legs will blind people from a mile away. They haven't seen the sun in years. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. I can picture that. So we are also running our monthly giveaway. So this month it is a copy of the Adventure Begins D&D board game, and you can enter to win using your channel points, which you may notice it has been lowered significantly. Role Players Guild, thank you so much for the raid.
Hey, what's going on?
So just talking about our giveaway, which we appreciate everybody who has entered so far. We have something like 67 entries or some ridiculous number.
Whoa.
Yeah. So so everybody has been very excited about it. So we have The Adventure Begins, use your channel points, use your brawling and battling in the chat to get more points, and you can buy an extra ticket by doing this extra ticket. It gets you, ooh, I should get my pen ready just in case. And it here's my pen. It gives a little notification so that I don't miss it. But yeah, you can enter as many times as you want. It has dropped from 2,500 critties to 1,500 critties, and the reason for this is because we have kind of further consolidated our streaming time down to just 3 days a week instead of 4. Hey, 128! Thank you for the follow. Nice to see you. I saw you over at the Role Players Guild. So there's that. There is also a 500 Twitch follower giveaway that we are doing right now. You can click to enter. It's one of those King Sumo ones. You can enter as many times as there are days. Like every day you can have a new entry in there. And we will be raffling off three licenses to Foundry, which is the virtual tabletop that we prefer, and so it's $150 value for three different people, $50 each. It's a one-time payment to Foundry, so you can give that to somebody that you know and love, or you can use it yourself. Either way works for us. So there's that, and then the last thing is I will be starting in 2 weeks. Is it already? What day is it today?
It's almost April.
Yeah, so starting April 5th,
23rd.
yeah, 2 weeks from now, I will be starting I'll be playing in a campaign over at Wesselhausen's channel. You should definitely go follow. It is a 17-week charity stream for Glisten, so you can check out glisten.org, and we will be doing the Candlekeep Mysteries, all 17 of them. And it is sponsored by D&D Beyond. So each stream, every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern over at Wesselhausen stream, they will be giving out a digital copy of Candlekeep Mysteries. It is also sponsored by Bia D&D, who is doing a giveaway for us tonight as well. You can enter to win one of their t-shirts. We're going to kind of open it up to whatever design you kind of would like if you check out their website. So I'm just going to do Bia D&D here so that you can see. And I think they have like a dragon eye, the rabbicorn, the mimic, And so you can get either a short-sleeved or a long-sleeved t-shirt, and you can check out their website to see what that is. I'm going to open up the giveaway now. So you are going to type hashtag BEADND, BEADND, and you can be entered into the t-shirt giveaway, which they've been sending out. They're from New Zealand, and they have sponsors for the month of March. So we've got today, Saturday, and then next Tuesday, and then they're going to move on to sponsoring the Candlekeep Mysteries, or I believe they are, maybe. So feel free, enter into the giveaway, and you can choose one of the designs that you would like from their website. Is there anything else I'm forgetting?
I don't think so.
All right, so I'm gonna run the little intro here for our campaign, our mini campaign, our anthology, and we will get started.
Our ongoing anthology. Let's do it.
You can swap out your spells every long rest.
Cool.
Yeah, every long rest, or I think was it short rest? No, short rest. Long rest gets spell slots. Short rest or long rest. Well, I guess depends on the class.
Yeah.
And then you can swap it out by taking 2 minutes per spell level to swap out a spell.
All right, I'm guessing green is green. Blue has to be ones that are part of your subclass.
It's probably a cantrip of the blue.
No.
Always
blue
prepare.
like I have.
Right, yeah.
It's part of my subclass, yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking for like a key or something like that, but I couldn't find one. And green is ones I think that I picked. All right, sorry about that. I just seen this giant list of spells. I was like,
I know you play a non-magical human fighter in our main story, so you're like, what is this magic?
I'm a simple man.
All this sparkly. All right, so we rejoin Whippy, Wicked Independent Prestige Incorporated, as they had left the town of I think it was Faladin last session with Vandalin. Why do I keep saying the wrong town? God damn.
Write it down.
Even when it was in front of me, I was just reading it wrong. That is undiagnosed dyslexia, folks. It did not exist in the 80s, or if it did, they did not care. Anyways, they had gone to that town at the Stonehill Inn for the annual gathering of adventurers, which they missed because they arrived late. They met a new, I don't know if I can call him a friend, but they filled the final empty spot in their crew with Elar, who is we all decided was very much like Beldar Conehead. You chatted it up. You enjoyed
Who is this Beldar?
You enjoyed some conversation with the barkeep. You annoyed the living hell out of a pompous elf. Made phantom farts on stage. Umi enjoyed some dwarf opera music. One of the 3 in the inn that actually enjoyed that performance. And you got the final note on the board of adventures, the only one left, to go to the town of Northwood's Rest, where they are pleading for help because their livestock is being killed, their winter stores are being taken, and they suspect that it is a local orc tribe in the area. So you head to bed that night, and then the morning after a hearty breakfast, you set off. It was about a day and a half journey to this secluded little town, a few miles north.
Wait, we never resolved whether or not Varo got his winter sandals.
Yes,
right.
Uma would have brought Tobin. Was it Torbin? Tobin? I can't find my note. To the gnome so that he could get to know gnomes a little bit better, so he didn't think that they were all the same. So she would have brought him down with them.
Yes. So yeah, we can. We'll say. Oh, yeah, let me look up how much winter sandals cost. Should have done that before. You know what? You got your winter sandals. We'll just say that for.
Yes.
You are that DM. You were right.
I am the DM. I made the executive call because I completely forgot about the winter sandals.
Free sandals.
Oh, I didn't say it was free.
Sandals for everyone.
I didn't say it was free. It was 5 silver.
Garraxus would need huge sandals.
Was there anything you guys did on the way? It was a day and a half journey before I take you into the town. Was there anything you wanted to RP amongst yourselves on your journey, or just describe how the journey went?
Uma definitely would have been talking to Elar to try to find out a little bit more about where he came from. Yeah, she would have asked more questions. What are your pronouns?
Well, why don't you go if you want, you can go ahead and ask Elar whatever you want to ask, and Elar can answer or not answer.
She would have asked what his pronouns are, which I think you said he, but
Yes. He.
okay. Good to know. Good to know. You know, I like to be cognizant of people's preferences.
I like preferences. We all have them, don't we?
She's like, that's a very astute statement. Yes, I would agree. What do you think, Gary?
I think he's odd. I don't like him. Not yet.
You're on mute.
Oh,
I think
hi.
you're odd.
Hi.
Human.
Good night.
Inferior
Good
creature.
Garraxus is gonna literally just kind of stare down at this. How tall is Elar?
Elf, so I mean, he can decide his height, but I mean,
I'm assuming not
elves are
7
tall,
feet
right?
or 7.5 feet.
It depends. Yeah.
No, about
I'm assuming.
6'6".
Got it for
Yeah,
good
so
foot
definitely
on.
Graxus is just staring down at this
6'8" if you
considers
count
to
the
be
cone
little.
head.
Well, Garraxus has big horns pointing backwards. So, so it's okay. We're in the same school.
Sorry.
Time for bed.
It's bedtime.
Garraxus is
there-
just staring down at this what he thinks is a little thing. Just shakes his head.
Beluga.
Was there anything else that you would have asked along the way, or do we want to hit the village?
I think Uma probably would have just talked and tried to fill in any kind of quiet space with random facts, or chatting and talking to Elar about where he came from, if he's willing to talk, or where she came from. She would be willing to share. But otherwise.
And Varo is just
Talks
hanging
a
on
lot.
every word because Uma is the smartest person that Varo has ever met. So he is just always listening, trying to learn. Spoilers, he doesn't.
I don't know why, but I totally see.
Sandal-footed one. This one talks a lot.
Oh, her
Is there a
intelligence
way
isn't
to
too
make her shut up? Do you have a special technique?
Gary's just gonna poke his head. Gary's gonna poke his head in and just go, No. And just pulls it back.
There's usually
no solutions.
Yeah, about 8 hours a day. It does nothing.
When do those hours start? Soon, I'm hoping.
Usually, right about the same time I trance.
Uma's gonna be like,
So
I'm right here, guys.
Try not to stare at each other. Okay, great.
I'm right here. If you want, I can take a break. I'm a nervous talker. I'm a nervous talker.
Why are you nervous?
Well, we're gonna go to a new place that we haven't been before, and we want to impress you and make sure that you stick around. And
impress me?
Well, yeah, you're the newest member of the group. We got to make sure that
I'm not a member of your group.
Well, we'll see about that.
You're the prestige. Now you're the prestige.
You're with us, and we're
prestigious.
You're with us, and we're in a group right now. We're grouped together. I mean,
yes,
that is a group.
In that sense, yes, I like him. I prefer him, actually.
You just said you're prestigious. What do you mean? In what way?
My home. I am a prestigious person of high rank.
How high?
Are you like a general?
Something like that.
Varo is going to clumsily with his left hand try to salute, but he doesn't know what he's doing.
Uma's gonna be like, no, I think it's this one. I think it's like this one or this.
So like this?
Or like this.
I still prefer this one here. Varo, is it?
Yeah.
I'll grow on you, Elar. I'll grow on you. I always do.
I think if we have to split up, I'm gonna take you.
I think that's a first, guys.
You seem to have the brains of the group.
I have been known to have a thought every now and then.
Yes.
He's good for one a day.
I usually give up after that.
Yes. And what a thought it is, too. Just gonna slap him on the lower back a little bit. Every day.
It usually revolves around punching things.
It's always worked.
Keeps things lively.
And this conversation goes on for pretty much the day and a half that you are traveling. Day and night, every waking hour, you're just kind of poking and prodding and just trying to get what you can out of Elar, and Elar does not seem to be giving much back. Is very cryptid and socially awkward. So you arrive at Northwood's Rest. I would say around 11:30, noon or so on the second day, and it is situated at the intersection of a lightly traveled road and a maple stream. The town center consists of 5 properties, as you will see. So as you arrive, the fall foliage. I can never say that right.
Foliage.
Fall foliage.
Foliage.
Sounds like the Three Stooges.
Foliage.
Sweet down from Maine. The foliage is in full display. I'm saying it my way. It's my game. This is a fantasy world. Damn it.
In this realm, it's pronounced foliage.
You're up north.
Oh, God.
It's in full display, and the days grow chilly as winter approaches. So on the way here, you passed a handful of farmsteads over the last several miles of your travels, and you finally come upon signs of civilization. Grand civilization. Well, grand is not quite the word, because as you see, you come to the roadside. There are a couple of homes, a mill, a large fenced compound, and you are at the edge, at the beginning of a stone bridge as your characters are starting out. So you enter you cross the stone bridge, and there's a signpost that greets you. Welcome to Northwood's Rest.
Okay.
So you are standing at the bridge. Are you going to cross the bridge?
Yes.
Yes.
Varo, try not to punch it.
I only punch it if it's a problem.
That's a false throw.
So as you guys cross this bridge and are greeted by the sign, and it's pretty scenic. Like I said, the leaves are brilliant colors. As it is that time of year, and you you hear voices, and they're fairly close. As you pass the mill, you hear see the wheel turning gently, and you see the voices are coming from a crowd, and they're gathered outside what appears to be the smithy. The inn is next door, with stables on the far side of the inn, and the crowd's attention is focused on a tall, sturdy, dark-haired, and well-weathered man, and the crowd is not happy. "They raided my coop," shouts the farmer. "Wasted 5, took 25, including my roosters. And my hogs, all of them. They took them overnight, off into the Northwoods 2 nights ago." "Yep," chimes another one. "Slaughtered my horses, my bull, half my cows, right here in the barn, in the pasture. It's them orcs. I insist it's them orcs. We gotta get rid of them. They'll be after us next."
Okay.
I just want to say, out of game, that I appreciate all those voices.
I was
I
thinking
felt
the
like I
same
was
thing.
listening to a bedtime story. Like,
Yeah.
The
Do you
all
read-
the voices.
Do you read like that to the boys? Because if you don't, you need
I
to
hope so.
You have to.
That's
It's like-
amazing.
I hope in December you do like the classic Christmas Carol, all the voices,
Oh, yes.
all the
Oh,
ghosts.
If you want to do that
All the
Christmas
voices.
Carol one shot, maybe I will. Maybe I will. So you see all
Sorry,
these
anyways.
people yelling and clearly very upset, and they're all shouting at the sturdy-looking fellow, and he's just shaking his head, and he just puts his hands up like this. And there was a time when I would have pulled my sword and shield from above the mantle and charged, but those years are behind me. Luckily, I sent word out, and it looks like word's been heeded. And he looks over in the direction of you guys. "Welcome, adventurers." And everybody else just kind of, it's not like a ton of people. Like, as you've seen, it's a very, very small village, but the small crowd of people, maybe like a handful, like they all turn and are staring at you right now.
Uma's gonna.
Does a tumbleweed go across the road? Because this is like the most western
Is
thing.
his name Clint Eastwood?
Yeah, right.
Well, it's a
Does
matter
it literally sound like Clint Eastwood?
Man with no name.
Uma is gonna hang back just slightly behind
Bad, ugly.
behind Gary and Varo, just because she's like, they keep talking about orcs, and yeah, she's tinier than the average orc, but she is still an orc, so she's just gonna.
Can you roll a stealth check
I can.
to see if anybody saw you before you slunk behind Gary?
All right, I got disadvantage because of my armor.
You're small enough and I'm big enough.
That's an 8.
8. Right.
Oh.
Hold on. Where is my? There we go. All right, so at least one person sees you, anyway, and as you hear a voice in the crowd go, "They brought a little baby orc."
Hey, she's a dork. She's not an orc.
She's our
And the tall, sturdy, dark-haired man just raises his hands and he goes, "That's enough." And he looks back at you guys. "Greetings, adventurers. I'm Joseph
Greetings,
Highland.
Clint.
Let me buy you dinner so we can get down to business. And I will show you what Joseph looks like." No, cancel. Sorry.
Joseph's voice is very soothing. I feel like I could.
Yeah, he sounds like the man with no name.
ASMR, like.
Yeah.
Where is
Just
Damn it, Joseph.
expecting him to tell us,
Just
"Get
type-
off my
type-
lawn."
Type the name.
And this is
Oh,
what
shit.
Joseph
Oh,
looks like.
he literally looks like Clint Eastwood.
So those of you who guessed Clint Eastwood, ding, 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 because that is totally what I pictured when I first read this character and his backstory. So
That's crazy.
That's
And
freaking crazy.
I had to do a Google search for Clint Eastern fantasy D&D.
Eastwood.
Eastwood. What was I saying?
Eastern. Clint
Eastern.
Eastern.
Clint Eastern.
Northwood's foliage.
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 The foliage.
I'm Clint Eastern, and this is our fall foliage.
Well, you totally just ruined the character now. That's like the only picture of not Dirty Harry that apparently comes up when you Google
Oh,
Clint
God.
Eastwood.
Badass picture, though. Badass
It is.
picture.
It is pretty sick. So he gestures you guys towards the inn at the front of the large compound, and the placard reads, "Highlands Inn, Smithy Stables, and General Store."
Okay.
So he brings you guys in, and you're actually followed by everybody, but they're keeping a good several paces behind you. And
Does any of them look at Uma funny?
they're all looking at Uma funny. They're all looking at all of you funny because you will notice that there is nothing but humans here, and this dragon dork elf wearing sandals, and then another like black-skinned elf all stroll into town. It's not something they see every day.
I love the fact that Varo is like a badass monk, like punches things into submission. But the most distinctive thing about him is his sandals. Like it's the one thing everyone's gonna remember.
It's cold.
So we're going to this big building.
That's because Varo is that guy. First chance he gets, he is kicking his shoes off to be barefoot at all times.
It's not
Any
good for
chance
your
he
arches,
gets.
Varo.
I know. That's why I got the winter sandals this time.
Oh, good call. Good call.
He doesn't seem like a Birkenstocks kind of guy.
No, I don't play the market.
All right, so you guys sit down, and he guides you guys into the inn, and you're greeted by the server, and he goes, "This is Judith, my daughter." "Hi guys, how you doing? We don't have much. This is a terrible voice. I don't know what is going on here, but we don't have much. But I'll get you something to drink, something to eat. I'm sure it's been a long. This is really the worst voice I've ever done. It's been a very long trip, and I'll be right back with your food."
Oh boy, he sounded like Mickey Mouse. What was this guy's name again? I'm sorry. All I can think of is Clint Eastern now. So I literally almost wrote it.
We might have to retcon that to be his name because we're not going to remember him by anything else but that.
His name is Joseph Highland, but you can call him Clint Eastern for short.
For sure.
For short. So, like I said, the rest of the people who are in that group, you guys are sitting down. He's sitting down at the table with you. The rest of the people also came in, and they've taken not seats at the same table as you, but just around other tables or at the bar, and they're drinking and pretending that they're minding their own business and doing a very poor job at it.
Does Varo notice that people are watching them?
Roll a. Well, what's your passive perception?
That's a good question. I do not. 16.
Yeah, you definitely notice that everybody is looking at you. All of you. Like, and there are probably a few more, like, I wouldn't say dirty glances, but, like, they're looking more at Uma because to them that she's just a very small orc, and that it's more worried faces, but they are definitely looking at all of you and whispering amongst themselves, and most are not even hiding the fact that they are just, you know, not even spying. They're just like full on like gawking.
Varo's gonna lean in close to Gary and Uma and go, how come whenever we get to a place, everybody always looks at us? That time in the woods, remember? Every time, why do people always stare at us?
Well,
Garraxus. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's we are the new people in town.
Garraxus is just gonna look down at himself and then look back at Varo. Like, you don't like thinking in his head, like, you don't comprehend why someone would stare at me.
Oh.
Like,
No.
As you can see, we don't get many visitors here. I did set up this inn. Again, thank you for heeding our call for help. Back in my prime, I was an adventurer myself. As a matter of fact, that as you can see, and he says that he actually points up, and you see this big, beautiful long sword mounted up on the wall. You can tell it's gotten, the pommel is like maybe is an older design. It's definitely seen its share of battles and wear. It's not like in pristine condition, but the blade is sharp as can be. Like, it's been very taken care of. So Joseph must sharpen it regularly, even though he no longer uses it, because it like glistens up on the placard on the wall where it is. And he continues, yes, I would take up arms again myself. I just, at my age, I'm no longer able to do such thing. But I did set up this town, this village, and this establishment from my earnings when I was back doing my adventuring, and I don't want to see it come to an end.
Uma
This is
says,
where
she cuts
really
him off.
need your help.
She's like, Joseph, you don't look a day over 30. Really. I don't know what your secret is, but you look good. Are you sure you don't want to join us?
I most certainly would love to join you. The spirit is willing, but the body is not. By the way, I am sorry for my manners. I didn't grab your names.
Well, I'm Uma.
Uma, thank you. Don't mind those around here. I don't have a problem with orcs personally.
I never mind anybody.
And he looks at the rest of you.
Oh, you can call me Varo.
Greetings, thank you, Varo.
Garraxus Cyanrath.
Garraxus.
Elar.
Elar.
Yes.
And together we are
Wicked.
Independent.
Prestigious.
Incorporated.
And Gary will just go pss, like a little, like almost like a little static charge when he snaps his fingers.
That's a good name. That's a good name.
I added the wicked.
He did.
Yep, she let me.
Tops it off. Back in my days, our group's name was Heads a Rollin'. Those were good days. Good
Damn
days.
it! Why didn't we think of that?
That is a solid name.
His daughter Judith comes back with plates of food. It's nothing special. It's some bread, some sort of stew. You don't know what the meat is in it, but it's just like could be venison, could be pork. It's whatever they're gonna be able to hunt in this frontier wilderness. It's got plenty of veggies in it. Loaf of bread that's fairly fresh, and a tankard of ale.
Varo's just gonna lean over towards, I believe it was Judith. You don't have anything without meat, do you?
I mean, I can take the meat out of your stew.
Is the broth made with meat?
It's water and vegetables and boar's head.
Do you have any of the vegetables not yet in the stew?
I can go see. And she just
that would be fantastic.
shuffles off.
Garraxus is gonna reach over with his huge arm and just like pull that bowl of stew that was in front of Varo in front of him too. So now he has two.
As he does that, Varo's just gonna like grab his piece of bread as it goes by. He's just gonna hang on to the bread.
She comes back a few minutes later with a plate full of, it looks like a head of lettuce, some carrots, and like 3 potatoes.
You are wicked awesome. I just want you to know that.
Just a raw potato. It's just 3 raw potatoes.
No, it's not chopped up. It's just she doesn't understand why someone's just asking
Varo
for
don't
like
care.
vegetables without like not in the stew. She just gave you the ingredients.
You're just gonna bite into it like an apple, yeah.
And
I like this one more every moment.
over at the bar,
I grow on people.
Joseph sitting with you, who's not eating but is drinking. He points towards the bar, and he goes, "That's my wife, Marcy, over there." And she just kind of waves, and she goes back to cleaning a glass, and then talking to one of the other people in the tavern, in the inn. It's an inn tavern. So this establishment, it's the biggest compound here, and it's as the sign said, it's an inn, stables, smithy, and general store. So it's she's kind of busy. She like runs it pretty much. So like yeah, it's the central hub of the town. So it's not overly unusual that most of the people in the town are in here right now, but they did just clearly follow you in. And he just kind of looks around and he goes, "I might as well introduce the onlookers here. That's Will McGregor over there, Patrick Turnbury, Stella Archer, Old Man Waterman. He's the one that hates the orcs. Don't mind him. He's far older than I am, and we just put up with him."
Oh, but you guys could be brothers. You could be brothers.
Well, old man Waterman is clearly like a very old man.
Garraxus is gonna kind of like almost choke on his stew that he's pouring down when she says, like trying not to laugh. I do love all the names.
Waterman over there, he's got a pipe and he's just looking right at Uma.
All the names
gonna go like
really
this.
do feel. All the names feel like they're right out of a Clint Eastwood movie too. They really do. Like Clint Eastwood would have a daughter named Judith, a wife named Marcy. There would be an old man Waterman in like one of these little towns of his. You know? It's perfect. So,
All right, so you eat your meal, and let's see. He
So as Garraxus is drinking, he would ask Mr. Highland there. He'd ask
it's just Joseph.
I wasn't saying that as Garraxus, but okay. He would ask, so what's the job? Just finding these orcs, killing them?
Well, we've known of the orcs for a few years now. We know they live northeast of here. We've never had a problem with them. When we first came to this location, we didn't know they were there. And it's fertile ground, a great location by the river. We thought we were alone here. But a couple of years in, we discovered their village. But there has been no hostilities thus far. We don't communicate much. So this is all until a couple of weeks ago. That was when the first livestock raid occurred. There was a raid on Patrick over there, his chicken coop. Several other raids have occurred since then. Just last night, as a matter of fact, on Will McGregor's horses, bulls, and cows. They were all slaughtered.
Did you get any of the orcs?
That's the thing. They came in the middle of the night. We didn't, as far as he says, he didn't hear anything, but that's where you come into play. I suggest
scratch his head. Aren't orcs loud?
We are, yeah, very loud. Are you sure it's orcs?
Personally, I have my misgivings, but as you can see, the townsfolk here, they're scared. If our winter stocks are depleted, then we starve. Or we have to, worst case, even worse than starving, is abandon this place that we've built. I don't think it's orcs, but I can't explain what else it would be. We've never had a problem. There's nothing hostile around here that we've ever encountered. No, the only thing suggests orcs, but I would suggest you head over to his farm and take a look around. Maybe you can look at the horses, and the livestock is still in there. It's like we said, it's fresh from last night. We only discovered it around daybreak, and it's pretty grisly. I poked my head in there, but I have not gone in and investigated yet. I personally, I do not want to start a war with the orcs. It's like I said, I have nothing against them. I don't think it's them, but even if it is them, there's no way we can survive a conflict with them.
Well, good thing for all of you, I speak Orcish. Maybe we could just chat with them. If it's really orcs, which, it's probably not.
Well, Uma, I hope it's not. Because if it isn't orcs, what else could it be?
I mean, literally anything else it probably could be.
I'd listen to her. She's wicked smart.
Well, once you're done with your meals, which please take your time and get your fill, I suggest you head over to his farm. It's about a quarter mile up the road.
All right. Uma is going to take her time, of course.
Please take your time. He gets up and he goes, "If you excuse me, I have couple other things to attend to at the moment.
Ark's gonna wave over for 2 more bowls of stew.
He stops. He turns to walk away. He stops. Then he turns around, and he goes, "All right, the matter of payment." And he takes out a little pouch, and he puts it down on the table, and he slides it towards Uma. Clearly, the brains of the operation.
He's like, ooh.
And he goes, "Again, it's not much. It's all the extra we can muster, but we really appreciate you just even coming." And then he walks away.
So Uma's gonna lean in and she's gonna be like, "Who else thinks it's Joseph?" I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Hey, Uma, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. All right. 19.
Oh shit!
All right.
Okay.
Carry on.
Your mind has not been invaded by Clint Eastwood.
I know, right?
AKA, Vanessa just said that you sound like Batman. And then as you're talking, you're like, "Okay, I must go." She's like, "I must go now to the Batmobile."
Where are the other orcs going?
You've seen that movie too much.
No.
Too much.
It really does. You sound like Batman.
This is the
And
tavern,
Eastwood.
not the tavern you deserve, but the tavern that you need. All right, so you guys can you guys finish up your meal? Is there anything you want to discuss while you're in here, or do you want to head out and head to the farm?
No, I don't think there's well actually, so Uma's gonna go up to the after she's done eating, gonna go up to the general store part. And I'm just gonna double check my inventory. Got money. She's gonna ask about any kind of potions, or it's probably a long shot because we're in the middle of nowhere, but any kind of extra things that she could grab to help them. Potions or whatever. I think I've got actually 3 potions of healing, so.
Let's see.
I almost said Ira.
So it's Marcy is the wife who also will run the general store, and she goes, it's like, "Yo, so what can I help you with over on this part?"
So, do you have any anything magical or any kind of potions or even some poisons maybe that might help with our fight here in case we run into any scary orcs?
Oh, yeah. Magical? No. Sorry. No one here has any sort of magical powers. Let me see. Potions. What do we have for potions? She's shuffling through things. And let's see what we can find. She goes, "Nope, fresh out of potions. We had 1 potion of healing, but I think old man McGregor bought that one when he broke his hip last Thursday."
Oh. What an old bastard, right? Am I right? I'm just joking. I don't know any of you people.
she does that. Laughs.
All right, well, I guess she's got nothing for us.
And I'm looking for poison. See what she has for poisons real quick. Which I don't think there would be, but let's see what this random generator has. Let's see.
While all that's going on, before we leave, if everyone's done, Garraxus is literally going to take, like, all the leftovers from everybody and just eat it. Everything on the table, Even if like he doesn't care if a random wooden spoon gets caught in there, he just pours it all in. He's got to eat everything he can before we go check out these dead animals and he gets hungry again. And he doesn't want to upset. He doesn't want to upset Uma.
Okay, she was. This is the
Varo
only...
is definitely keeping one of. Varo's keeping one of the potatoes in his pocket for later.
Have you had enough to eat?
The answer is no, and that is yes. He's always hungry.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Don't leave your rations around him unattended.
More food for this thing.
She kind of looks at you weird when you say "thing," and she goes, "Would you like more potatoes, hon? We can get you a couple more potatoes."
Hun. Who is this Hun?
Hun, your companion here.
Not my companion.
Are you talking about?
You have more food.
Right. Yes, I can get him more potatoes. Is that what you like, hon?
No.
I don't want any Hun.
Oh no, she was talking to Varo.
Oh, okay.
I don't want any Hun, just food.
She sounds like a South Park character. You throw the Hun in at the end.
She gives her daughter a kind of...
Varo will definitely take another potato.
She gives her daughter a kind of funny look, and she goes, "Why don't you go get the nice man some potatoes, some more potatoes?" She goes, "Okay, Mom." And then she goes, and then she turns, and she goes, "Ah, here we go." She's like, "This is the only poison that we have," and she's just and blows off this dust off this little vial. She goes, "It's called Troia. A traveler sold it to I forgot everybody's name in this town, but like a traveler sold it to Patrick 2 seasons back, or traded. I'm not entirely sure. Now she's got a southern twang, and this is staying. So I'm not entirely sure why or what the point, whatever their deal was. But it's called Troia, and it either makes you suffer delirium or makes all your hair fall out.
I'll take it.
Sure, it's on the house.
Okay, great.
Everything's on the house for you kind folks for showing up, trying to save our livelihood. Like, this is... Joseph traveled and fought so hard for what he made to make this place, and we want to make it successful. The daughter comes back with a literal sack of potatoes, and she goes, "Here you go, Mr. Sandals man."
Wow, you could knock somebody out with that. That's a good improvised weapon, I think.
You know, I hadn't thought of that. I might keep a sack of potatoes with me at all times now.
They do turn.
I mean, it's
much,
a good 10-pound sack of potatoes. Like, she had to bring it out holding it with 2 hands, because she's like 14.
14-year-olds can't hold 10 pounds.
Not on villages on the edge of the frontier who all their food is getting raided.
She's very, very weak. She's very weak. She's so
very
hungry.
tired and weak.
I thought it was like winter.
She should eat a potato.
Isn't it snowy out?
It's fall.
It's like it's fall, but it's cold enough to feel like winter, and it should be snowing. And so the Marcy goes, "All right, folks, was that it? Was there anything else?"
That was
That's
it.
All right. So you guys...
You may leave.
She looks at you very puzzled. And she... So you guys walk out, and again, as it comes out in the front door here. Why is that not... Oh, that's... I'm in the wrong window, looking on the PDF file. So as you guys come out of the front door, you're in the center of town here, and let me just tell you what you see. There's 4 properties like in the center of town here. The rest of the farms like they're just spread out over the area as was mentioned. But you see the obviously the mill, the Highland where you came from, Smithy stable store, the stables. Joseph Highland's stables are tended to by his son, Marcus. If you needed anything in there, in a general store, you were already there. That's where you just came from. Joseph is the smithy of the town. So he is actually in there right now. You just hear like ting, ting, ting coming from this smithy. Marcy's Mill is the name of the grist mill. And if you do, the Archer Residence is one of the houses that you see right across the way. The Highland Residence is the other one. And this. All right, and that is all of the village proper. Right. So are you guys going to explore any of the town, or are you going right to the farm?
Garraxus would ask Uma, do you want to take a look around where those orcs had supposedly attacked those farm animals?
Yeah, maybe we should start with the most recent attack and then work our way back.
So he said it was up the road in this direction, about a quarter of a mile. So that'll be the first farmhouse that you come to.
Yeah, I think Uma would be like, all
right. So as you walk down the road, and it's very scenic, it's very beautiful here, and it's very quiet. The further from the mill, the less you hear of the running water. So it actually just, now you just hear the wind blowing and the leaves falling, and you come to you come to the farm, and it is a sprawling 80 acres of woodland that the McGregor farmhouse is on. It's an obvious labor of love. It's a beautiful 2-story building featuring a large kitchen and living area. First floor is a bedroom for the Mr. and Mrs. and 6 bedrooms on top floor for the children. They've been getting busy.
Ain't nothing else to do in the middle of nowhere.
I was gonna say, I got that Incredibles reference. Don't worry.
Yeah, yes,
I got it.
Miss Eleanor McGregor is a fit, well-rounded middle-aged woman with rosy cheeks and a welcoming smile. She's the head of the household.
She's incredible.
She's a firm manager who leads by example. Nobody works harder. And though Will keeps the place and their children though Will, her husband, he keeps pace, and their children try to keep pace with her as well. Will runs the farm, oversees the daily tending of the livestock, planting, bringing the harvest. The children are Jocelyn, Bethany, Mickle, Jalen, Ellis, and Will Jr. And they're all doing your chores, and they see you approaching, and Eleanor sees you, and she waves, and she's smiling as you approach. You hear a, "Welcome, are you the adventurers?"
Yes, we are.
And it takes you another few minutes to get close enough to talk and not yell back and forth with each other.
In my head, have you guys ever seen, I think it's from Catch Me If You Can, the Leonardo DiCaprio meme when he's got his head and he's just like strutting down the road? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
That's exactly how I imagine whenever Uma talks and like walks, I just imagine her just like la da 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 da. That's what I see in my head.
So
I mean, is that a bad comparison?
I was kind of picturing that too.
I think that kind of fits with this group. So she starts walking towards you as you're heading towards the farm. You see the kids are all kind of like looking up from their chores, but still doing what they're supposed to be doing because they get a whooping if they don't continue with their chores. She strolls over to you and she goes, "Hiya, folks. My name's Eleanor. Thanks for coming."
Hi, Eleanor. We're
Wicked.
And then
Prestigious. Do we have to say this every time?
Incorporated.
he'll just look.
Yeah.
And then he'll do the little snap with the little lightning, and he'll just look over, and Garraxus will look over at Elar with like almost pity, just because yes, we do it every time.
I just picture Varo and Uma like beaming, like Varo's gonna lean over to Uma. It's getting better. That was really good that time.
Elar, it's prestige. You'll get it. You'll get there.
She
Prestigious.
Gary, nice snap. That was good.
I prefer prestigious.
I already
dusts off
had the
the
merchandise made up. It's too late.
She dusts off the dirt from her hands.
Merchandise.
And she shakes each of your hands and just gives like this polite smile because that was like the lamest thing she's seen all day. And
Just today.
and then her husband Will strolls over, holding a pitchfork, just kind of slung over his shoulder, and he goes, "You them? You the adventurers?" She goes, "Of course they are, Will. Who else would they be?" He's like, "Thanks for coming, folks."
I guess thanks for having us.
She's like, "Is it?"
Thank you for providing the adventure on which we will embark.
She looks at Will and then looks at Elar, and then she goes, "All right, anything to drink? Can I get you folks anything before you head over to the barn?"
I'll take some water. Thank you for the offer.
All right, Will, why don't you go get them some water? Yeah. Hey, boy, go get the water jug. Yeah, Paul.
This is Little House on the Prairie. Chris Landon's gonna come out
the
of
house.
So Mickle comes over with a
It's
large.
either that or we're out in the middle of nowhere and this is going to turn to Texas Chainsaw Massacre at any moment.
I literally earlier when we were inside the building, I was gonna have Garraxus like look at Varo and be like, "Is this a cult? It feels like a cult," because everyone's like staring but also happy.
So Mickle, the youngest one,
Is it
youngest boy, runs over.
Mikel?
Yeah,
That's not Mickle.
in my world it's Mickle.
Wait, hold on, how do you spell
Because
it?
K's make a cuss
Mikel.
Oh
out.
goodness.
That's Mickle.
That's Michael.
No,
It's
that's
Michael.
Mickle.
It's
Fancy Michael.
It's Michael.
That's Mickle. I mean, there's still enough
Definitely
sticking by
Michael.
It's definitely Michael or Mikel or whatever. Sorry, I just knew that that's what you were reading because I've known you long enough at this point.
That's great.
All right.
So Mickle runs over. Little boy of about 8.
Mickleback.
With a big, with a
His
big
name is
jug
Mickle
of
Front.
water. He doesn't bring any cups. You're just expected to all drink from this mug of water, which looks like it might double as a drinking trough for the livestock. And he just hands it over to Garraxus, or just holds it up in front of Garraxus and goes, "Boy, you sure are a biggin."
Garraxus will hold it in one hand and then take his hood off slowly and just smile. But this again, he's not very good at portraying human-like emotions or anything like that. So a smile just looks like a snarl.
His eyes go wide like a fat kid that ate all the lunches in Kindergarten Cop, and he just runs back to where the other kids are, who all like pretend like go back to pretending like they're doing chores.
He'll like turn the trough and like lower it to Uma, like if she like wants any.
Thanks. She's gonna take a awkward drink from it.
Then he'll just like look at everybody else.
Varo is going to lift his hood up, and he is just going to like find a place to go and hide.
Bye.
All right. Well, he'll literally pour it down his throat, the whole thing. That's it. And then just put it down.
So Eleanor folds her hands and says, "So we don't know exactly when it happened. It's the middle of the night. It's all we know. We didn't hear a thing, and we would have fought him off. We're, as you can see, a little ways from town. It's just us, and we are not afraid to defend what is ours. But it was silent as the dead. And you'll see when you get there. Not a peep. With that kind of carnage, you would have thought that we would have heard something. Yeah, it is pretty weird. I won't deny that. These are the sneakiest orcs, no offense, I've ever seen."
No offense taken. That's actually quite a compliment because we are pretty loud. So good for them if it is orcs. They've been practicing.
Gary, do a perception roll.
She's so encouraging. I can't get over it. Like, she's just so unfailingly polite.
Oops.
Oh, that's a 19.
All right, you're listening, but because you tower above everyone else, you hear more of what's going on the farm, and you hear three of the children concocting a plan to pull your tail. Well, I suppose we should bring you over and have you take a look. Just get yourselves ready. And she walks you guys over to the barn. It's on the other side of the property. And again, Gary, you notice as you walk past the children, two of them follow.
He's just gonna smile. His creepy smile at them.
Well, they're behind you.
Oh, okay.
You just notice, like, as you pass, like, out of your peripheral vision, they don't stay where they are. Like, you know that, like, they at least went behind you somewhere.
All right.
But yeah, two of them are just like trying to. They're not being quiet at all. They think they are, but they're very loudly tiptoeing behind you.
Yeah, it's okay. He's not gonna do anything. They're just kids.
You approach the barn and she goes, "Well, there it is." And you hear Will, "Damn it, kids, go back to your chores!" And they just go, and they snicker off before they can grab you.
I know. Does it smell like anything?
As you approach the barn, this is just approaching it. You're not in yet. The smell of death is overwhelming already at this point, and you're in front of it, but you're like by maybe 6 yards from it, and it's just that decaying smell of death is just permeating the air, and which is also odd because again it's pretty crisp and cool. So like really deep stenches like that is something you would expect like on a hot day where it's just extra festering.
Very loudly and audibly, you'll hear Garraxus's like stomach rumble because to him it smells like. To him it just smells like hey, did things as food to him. everything is food to him.
So it's a large barn. Obviously, it's made for livestock. It's painted, your traditional barn red, and the
is
door
that what they're called in this village? A barn.
Barn.
I'm gonna write that down.
Mickle. It's Mickle's
Mickle
barn.
I'm writing that down.
Mickle Barm.
Sturdy
Mickle
lad. The door is ajar, and there's flies just swarming all over the place. So is anybody gonna poke their head in?
Yeah. Garraxus is just gonna pull the door right open.
Alright, Garraxus is just fucking pulls that fucking door open, and it's just fucking carnage. The corpses of several horses are just laid all over the place, in the dirt, matted with blood and dirt. Hay has been thrown around. It's all like surprisingly decomposed, given that this just happened last night. Like it's it's not just that they're dead; they are already decaying. And at a distance, because you're still outside, it looks like there's large wounds along the flanks of the horses, but you need to, walk in and examine to make a proper determination.
Yeah, I'm gonna head in. Uma will go straight up to one of the deceased equines. She is proficient in medicine, so she's gonna try to figure out like how they died, or like what, if there's any clues on the bodies about like what happened to them.
All right, so Uma is just kind of still, everybody but Gary, who's getting like grumbly tummy, is pretty disgusted by this, because like I said, you've seen death, you've seen carnage, but it's another thing of like decay and composition. That's like, even for a sturdy adventurer, that just the smell and the sight of the rot is a little hard to stomach, so you just kind of shiver. But you walk you kind of walk under Gary's arm, because he's tall enough to just tower over you, and he's just sitting there holding the door that he pulled open, and you stroll over into the barn towards the closest horse, and then I need you to make a dex saving throw after you have gone, like, I would say about 6 steps in.
All right, that is a 14.
A 14.
15 minus 1.
All right, so just as you
we can see your rolls. I don't know if that's this is game. We saw that last one. I don't know if that you want that or not.
Yeah, on your character, on the right side where it says public role, just change.
Yeah, I just changed it.
Okay.
Anyways, so yes, with that you actually make this save. So you stroll over, and I don't know how to describe this.
An exploding horse corpse.
So these, what you thought was the guts of a horse, the rotting guts of a horse, suddenly flies up into the air and
I was right.
Tries to grab you, and like it's like just going like this, kind of like a scene from The Thing. And now all of you roll initiative. And
that's balls.
Booyah!
Wait, what is that thing? So,
well, I'm trying to add this thing, but how do I add this thing, Liz?
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm trying to add.
Hey, did you roll initiative?
Thing.
Right click on it and add the combat state. Toggle the combat state.
Where did I put it? Oh, where'd it go?
It's all the way. Hold on, I'll move it back. I'll move it.
It's in the middle.
It
Oh god. Nice. Dude, I even roll shit for initiative even with this character. God damn.
No, you didn't roll as bad as this thing did. All right, so you, like I said, you made your save throw. These like gross vine yuckiness is swinging around, tried to grab you, and just in the nick of time, you see it out of the corner of your eye and go fuck, and lift your foot as it whips under your foot, and you jump back. And Varo, you get to go first.
So Varo is gonna run up to the other side of it, hopefully to get flanking with Uma.
What were we saying our flanking was again? It was
I believe it's a
advantage?
plus
Was it
no.
advantage?
We changed it from advantage to +2 to hit.
Okay, right. Yep.
And first thing that Varo is going to do, where is it? He is going to use his quarterstaff. Going to full-on helicopter swing and bam, straight down on this weird guts thing. How do I, what do I do? I think 2 here will give me the...
Wow.
So it's a 22 to hit.
Yep, you get it. Schmeck it, baby. Schmeck it.
That's
did I just close all that? No, I didn't.
9 damage for Varo. And, well, seemed like hitting it wicked hard the first time worked, so Varo is just going to shout out, "Hey guys, hit it wicked hard."
We always do, Varo.
Damn.
Yeah, 21 to hit.
All right.
It's another 5 damage, and I will use a key point to do 2 unarmed strikes.
Why is this not deducting damage, Liz? I thought that does it automatically.
No, it doesn't do it automatically.
Oh,
okay.
Just.
I was gonna say I also don't have it targeted. Maybe if I target it.
No, it won't do it automatically. So you just right click or go hover over the damage and just.
All right. Well, I'll add the damage when he's done beating it to fucking death.
Here, I'll do it. I'll do it because.
Ooh, it's only an 11 to hit.
11. No, you hit it.
All right. It's another 6 damage, and yeah, and one more time.
One more.
Gonna do it one more time, kid. That's a 12 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's at 6 plus 6 is 12 plus 5 is 17 plus 9 is 26 bludgeoning damage.
So as Uma jumps backwards, avoiding the tentacle grabbing her, Gary, I keep wanting to say Gary, fucking Varo just fucking runs in like it's his business, does like a backflip over Uma, going completely over her, and on the other side of this creature that seems to be camouflaged to look like rotting horse carcass, and he proceeds to just sit there and beat the fuck out of it, like and he's just like it just sounds like someone hitting like wet meat, and there's just like little chunks of just yuck coming up. Like his hands are just gross right now.
I was gonna say it sounds like an elf beating a pile of horse guts with a stick. It's basically what it is.
Essentially. Elar, your turn. Should you choose to help them?
So Elar is going to casually just move, over here. And then cast... What are you going to do? Eldritch Blast. There we go. Sorry, still gotta learn how to use this. There you go. Oh yeah.
18.
All right.
And it says, when you get to 5th level, you create more than one beam.
Right. So you shoot and then you roll again to shoot a second time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you can just hit attack up at the top on the card again instead of having to like click it all over again. You can just click attack over and over.
Cool. Oh, that one's only 11.
All right. So, yep. No, you got it with 11.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
It is a bag of guts.
Goodness.
Damn.
6 and a 2.
I'm already taking it off for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right.
Goodness.
Sorry,
That'll be all.
I've not been focusing on the chat. How's everyone doing in there?
They're quiet. It's quiet night.
It's a quiet night. Some noise for Whippy. They're beating a horse carcass.
It is actually kind of like freaky because that's what I imagined in my head, that like what looked like part of a horse carcass just like and then like grew almost like spider legs and just came at like the thing just started coming at us. And then Varo
Hey,
just makes
D&D. D&D dice.
We're glad you're here. No, really, I'm not even being sarcastic. All right, Uma. Right. So, Elar, yes, Elar. At first, it doesn't look like Elar is going to help you because his face is very hard to read, and clearly he doesn't like you guys. And he takes a stroll away from the barn, a few steps away from the door, and then very regally raises his hand, and a blast of energy shoots out and hits this thing twice, just shooting off more chunks of gore, spreading it over the rest of the already gory scene of the barn, and splashing a bunch on Varo as well.
Ew.
Yes.
And Uma.
That's exactly how I pictured that.
All right. So Uma is just gonna go ahead and use her greatsword for 2 attacks against it. So, swinging once. And it seems like, I mean, she'd have to roll pretty badly. That's a 22 to hit.
Okay.
For 12 damage.
12.
And she's going to do it again. It's like, yeah! 16.
All right.
And another 12 damage.
All right. So after the initial shock that this thing almost grabbed you, you take out your great sword and you just roll. You walk back in with purpose, and you look up at Gary and then down at the thing, and its tentacles are just reaching out for you, but you swing and you slice one off, and then another one's coming at you. You take a lean back and you miss it, and it's hard to tell where it ends and where it begins, and what part is horse and what part is this thing, and you just kind of take it and you slash down at it. This entire time it's not making any noise, but you do see like tentacles go like shudder. And now Gary steps up to the plate.
Gary will move over here, and he's going to unsling his great axe, and he's going to take a swing at this thing.
Oh, snap.
It's
What is
a
that?
nat 20.
A nat
Baby.
20.
That's a first nat 20 of the night.
Ooh, that's a crit, baby.
Gary's hungry, baby. Hungry. He wants to eat these horse guts.
No, Gary, don't eat it. Please, don't do it, Gary.
So, what is
Oh,
that?
So
Was that only 10 damage for a crit?
So I think the way that it did it, did you click on critical damage?
Yeah.
So the way it,
I assume that was I was supposed to do, right?
the way it does it there is it rolls the dice twice.
Oh, so I'm supposed to do
it should have been a 14, because you said instead of 3 and a 4.
Yeah.
Or wait.
So instead, what it should have only been a 9, because it's 3 plus 3. You rolled really low.
Yeah. Either. All right. So.
But
Lame crit.
Either way, it's dead.
Oh, cool. All right.
So Gary's still at the door. This all happens fairly quickly. Yeah. You get the blasts that go right over your shoulder from Elar.
thank you for
And
the
then you
raid.
Admiral Effort. Thank you.
Admiral Effort is somebody I will be playing in the Wesselhausen Candlekeep Jinkies stream with in a couple weeks.
Well, welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome. All right, so Gary, not wanting to miss any of this action, you just kind of you stroll over, fucking with a little bit of a strut. You just take out your axe, you bring it over your head, and you don't know where the horse begins and this thing ends, or wherever. It's just a big, especially now, it's even more of a bloody mess. And you just take your axe, you bring it down, you just, and you just fucking cleave the horse thigh, the hay, the fucking ground right in half, and you see like the remaining tentacles like and then just fall flat down, and it's no longer moving. And we are now out of initiative.
Uma's gonna look at Gary and be like, "Great job. That was oddly satisfying. That was, for what it was."
The simple farmers are like, they're probably a little bit further back where Elar is, and once combat sounded like, and they see these tentacles moving, they jump further back, but they're now like kind of like sitting back in horror looking at this shit going down. Not saying anything.
Varo's just gonna look over at Gary and just go, "You hit that wicked hard, kid. That was awesome."
Wicked.
Learn from the best. Garraxus is gonna look around to see if he can see those kids. And if he does, he's gonna wave his tail slightly in the air and do that creepy smile again, while shaking the blood off of his great axe. Just
right. Roll me a perception check. Or roll.
$19.
19. All right. So you're in the barn, and you full on turn around and face the outside towards the barn door, purposely looking for the children. And you notice the children, they're a little ways back. They're hiding actually behind a couple of bales of hay. But you see all 6 heads poking out in complete awe in various parts of this large bale of hay.
Yeah, so he'll just wave his tail because he knew they were gonna try to pull a little prank on him, and he'll just smile while literally shaking the viscera off of his axe.
You see, you can't hear them because they're too far away, but you see like heads turning at each other frantically, and like just really excitedness, and then off in the distance you hear, "That was wicked."
Yeah. I'll just look at the rest and say, "I think we have some fans."
You do.
See, I told you guys that the wicked people are gonna remember the wicked part. Told you.
It's true. That was a good call.
It stands out.
All right, so you guys are
okay over there, Elar?
I believe prestige actually means that I stand out.
You did a great job. That was a really good support spell that you did.
Support spell.
Yeah.
That was the spell.
Is that the
Did
only?
you not see what I did?
That's the only spell that you know? It's very impressive. Even if it is the only.
I did not say that's the only spell that I know.
Well, I look forward to seeing what more you can do, Elar. That was great.
More.
All right, so the barn is extra gross and messy now. But are you going to head in or
Yeah, Uma still
and
wants to
examine or
Uma still wants to like look to see how whatever it is, how it died, what she was going to do in the beginning.
all right.
And Varo is going to stay close to Uma this time.
My
All
hero.
right, so you're already in the barn, and so you're pretty much this fungus, which you now upon closer examination can see that it was like a type of fungus. It was just growing off of the horse, and if someone wants to do a nature check, they can determine what it is.
I got a +0 for that, so.
I can
It's better than Varo.
I can do
Let's
it.
put it that way.
Okay. Garraxus did it.
Go.
What?
I didn't see-
Oh, you want me to do it?
Oh wait, it says no. Never mind. Sorry. I can do it.
That perception was for the kids. I have a 0. He's not very good at nature.
Yeah, I don't. I have 0 too. So Uma got a 12.
Oh, I have a 2. Oh, I'm sorry.
12.
12. Okay, so you look down at it and you can see that it is a rot fungus, which you would be familiar with. You know that they they camouflage themselves and attack when something that they can feed off gets close. So it was growing and feeding off of the horse carcass.
At least this one didn't scream like the one in the temple.
Oh yeah, that was. I mean, the scream was very impressive, but I did not enjoy it.
I think you're conflating two different types of funguses. You did fight something like this or very similar to this in the temple, and then the one that was screaming was a
Yeah.
mushroom thing.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Garraxus was just trying to make a joke.
Okay. Ignore the invisible man in the sky. All right, so Uma, you wanted to investigate the horse. I need you to do an intelligence check.
I am proficient in medicine. You still want a intelligence?
Yes, because this is just for your initial look.
Okay.
You just examined the Rotmon. Uh-oh, I just heard a wah 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 wah.
That's a nat 1.
Okay.
She's like, well, these are dead.
This is no longer alive. It has
Alright, well-
ceased to be.
Yeah, you just kind
Yeah,
of.
it's wicked dead.
Very, very dead.
Yeah, somehow you miss the large claw marks that are along the flanks. I mean, I don't even know what to do. You're not supposed to fail this fucking simple investigation check. So- Why doesn't Gary roll?
Never- never-
Since Varo's in there and he has the worst intelligence, can he just try?
Yeah, because she's like, well, it's clearly dead. I just don't know from what.
That's why I wanted my medicine check.
Sorry, that third one was me. I already had it keyed up. You don't have to take that roll, obviously. Just take Varo's.
All right. So Varo leans down and looks real close. He goes, "Yeah, it's fucking dead." And
Wicked dead. This thing ain't coming back.
and he points and he goes, "But what about that?" At which point Gary walks over with his 16 and he says, "Well, you can say it. Gary will notice that there are clear claw marks along the flanks."
So Gary will just point with a long claw of his
Well,
own.
in all fairness, it's kind of hard to see because you made it was already a mess, and then you just made like fucking ground beef out of the fungus plant that was already eating the rotting carcass. So I can see how the other two might have missed it, but Gary, proficient in wounds, was able to notice the claw marks, and Why don't you do another? Why don't you do another intelligence check, Gary, since you noticed it?
Okay. It's an 18.
18. You count that there are 6 to 8 inch thorns embedded in the claw marks.
Gary will reach down, pointing at the claw marks that somehow nobody else saw, and he'll use his own claws to kind of dig into the wound itself, because rotting things don't bother him apparently, and he'll pull out one of the thorns if possible.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you reach in. You just it's embedded in, but you're a strong dragon man, so you just fairly easily just pull out this good 7-inch thorn.
You a big strong dragon man.
Big strong dragon man.
So he'll take it. He'll look at it. Since I'm not proficient in nature, let me double check.
You can do a wisdom, intelligence, or a nature, animal, or survival. Any one of those three to examine this thorn.
You said a nature, animal handling, or what?
Or survival.
Survival. Okay, he's got a +3 for that, so let's hope I roll well. It's a 19.
All right.
He'll check.
So
Rolls
yeah,
are coming in hot for Gary tonight.
Yeah.
I know,
Got that
right?
nat 20, and it's just boom.
16, 18.
no trade
19.
off, but it's gonna roll all shit on Saturday.
Yeah, I know. I'm really building up that.
Thus
bad
is the
armor.
way.
So you're looking at the thorn. You don't know what it's from. You're not sure. I mean, it's a thorn, which is weird that it's in a wound to begin with. So you look back down at the other wounds, which all have thorns in them, and you notice that the claw marks are not uniform. Each wound shows anywhere from 3 to 8 slashes and are ununiformly spaced, suggesting that the appendages that did this damage did not have claws that were uniform in nature. So it's like it wasn't a bear. Well,
so does it look like the thorns are what created the damage itself? Like those were kind of used as claws, or are they just broken off and?
They're broken off. So I mean, something could have used a club that had these thorns on it as a spiky kind of weapon. You're not entirely sure. They're the wounds aren't uniform, so it's not like it was slashed at like Wolverine or anything like that. And whatever was used broke thorns off as it made the wound.
Gary's gonna take it. Sorry.
The wounds were not inflicted by any commonplace predator. Your roll was high enough for this extra information, and they were not inflicted by any commonplace predator, nor were they inflicted by commonplace weapons.
Okay. Gary's gonna toss that to Uma because I believe Uma know. Does Uma know nature? I can't remember.
No, medicine was what she was gonna try to look at the body to figure out how it died.
Who knew nature?
Elar? Does Elar have nature?
+2.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. What he'll do is he'll toss it to Uma, and then kind of nod his head over to Elar, like to check it out too. And then he'll looks almost like a thorn of some kind. And then he'll go down and he'll dig out a couple more of them, just to have them.
Uma will bring it over to Elar. So you're from the Feywild, and that has wild in the name, which makes me think of nature. So what do you think of this? Is gonna show Elar the thorn.
We'll
That's
look
so
at
cute.
it.
Yeah.
Yep, he's gonna look at it.
She's gonna stare at it. He'll dig out another one. Garraxus will dig out another one and then throw it to Varo, just to see if he recognizes it.
Eleanor pokes her head into the barn, covering her nose with a cloth because the smell is very choking in there, and she goes, "If y'all wanted to check it out, there was a few more cows up on the pasture to examine. It's right over there." And she runs out of the barn.
What's her problem?
Rude.
It does smell pretty rank in here, guys. No offense to you, I don't think it's you, but it does smell.
So how many horse carcasses are in here? Was just the one?
No, there's... No,
he's not gonna eat if he... Why are you laughing?
Because the way you said carcasses.
Oh.
How many horse carcasses are there in here?
I thought he was laughing because he was like, wait, what's Garraxus gonna do with the fucking horse carcass? I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
There was like 3 horses in here and then a mule.
Alright, well, Garraxus is gonna look at Uma and Varo and Elar, and then at the other carcasses, and just kind of like hold up his axe and just kind of like gesture as if we should like check the other ones, just to like smack each one to see if they actually get up and jump. Like,
Here,
hey,
go
you guys
smack that horse. Go smack that ass. I'm right behind you.
He'll just with abandon, just each one just smash, go to the next one, smash, and go to each one just to make sure that they're not gonna jump up and try to like kill him.
All right. So as Gary walks around the barn, you guys examine the horses. You see that they have the same pattern of wounds. Not literally same pattern, but the same irregular slash marks with little bits of thorns broken off in them, all of them. As he goes about inspecting, then smashing with axe the horses, the farmer husband Will is standing outside watching this, and he turns, he goes, "All right, boys, grab your sisters and the buckets," as you're making a bigger mess of their barn. And then you guys walk out of the barn and you head up to the field where she told you that the cow carcasses were, and an inspection of the carcasses in the field where there are 2 cow bodies, same things, same thorns in the slashes on those bodies. Eleanor does inform you that they did have far more than just 2 cows. The other ones are missing.
Oh.
So, if anybody wants to roll me in intelligence.
I mean, Varo's willing, but it's not the best idea.
I mean, I was gonna say my intelligence.
I am very intelligent.
Elar, what do you think?
Prestigious one.
Please allow me to
consider
be intelligent. Or not intelligent.
Big brain Elar.
Sometimes I find it helps if you talk it out, like if you say it out loud and you kind of go through all of your theories. Just like throw it out against the wall and...
We all know that you think it helps to talk.
Touche, Elar. You already get me.
Yes, so Elar...
Touche. Touche?
Touche.
With that roll, Elar missed by 1.
Darn it.
Looks around and, not being familiar with the material plane or farms at all, because this would be his first time on a farm, has no idea what he's looking for, and thus notices nothing.
Are there any tracks?
I feel like he'd act like he noticed something, though. Sorry.
You're
No,
right.
it's okay.
You
I
would.
should've.
So Elar points at a tree, and everybody turns to see this tree, and it is a spectacularly bright red, orange, and yellow tree. Very beautiful. And Elar, you point at it because it reminds you of the colors of the Feywild.
Ah, wild. Yes, you said, find wild. I have found wild. There. Isn't it magnificent? It's exactly what you were looking for. I am sure of it.
Gary's gonna lean back and lean down to Varo and just say, "It's a fucking tree." And then
Yeah,
just
but-
stand back up.
Yeah, but like, did you hear what Ela said? Like, it's wild.
This whole place is wild. We're on the fucking frontier.
But like,
Wow,
Ela-
Wild West.
but like, Ela knows the wild. Ela's from the Feywild. Like, he knows
Ah.
wild things.
I know where the wild things are. Yes, I do.
That's what wild things are.
I think word of the week has to be wild things.
Yeah.
Wild things.
You make my heart sing. Sorry, I thought I was on mute.
Garraxus is just gonna kind of shake
I
his head. And
All right, would
look around.
anybody else like to investigate?
Varo, definitely Varo. What am I
This
rolling?
sandal.
You're doing an intelligence check. And what are you investigating? Are you investigating the tree,
Is it
or are
an
you going to
intelligence?
investigate?
Is it an intelligence check or an investigation
Oh yes,
check?
sorry. In intelligence.
Yeah, he's definitely checking out the tree. Have to see him. He's trying to see what Elah said.
All right, well, Carrie strolls over to the tree. He looks at it up and down, very intently, and he's looking. He rubs his chin. He puts his ear to the bark, and he gives a couple of taps. He walks over to the other side. He does the same thing. He looks at it.
He's going to
He
take
sniffs
one
the
sandal
leaves.
off. He's going to take one sandal off and put his foot right up to the tree and kind of do that thing like instead of like tapping his fingers, he's going to tap his toes on the tree.
And everybody is watching him do this weird ass thing to this absolutely 100% normal tree in the pasture. Now, will someone else
Is
please
he
roll higher
trying-
than these two?
Some
He-
type of
Va-
mating ritual.
Varo's
Just a
gonna
mating
lean-
ritual.
Varo's going to lean over to Elah and say, "Yep, definitely a wild tree." hmm
Garraxus is gonna look around for footprints around these bodies. He's just like, what is wrong with these people? Like,
All right,
what
I-
happened to us?
I
You
like
roll
this
an
guy.
intelligence now.
That's-
The intelligence of this group is low.
Survival? Is that survival or intelligence?
No, it's specifically intelligence.
Okay.
That's a fucking.
Oh my
You
God,
gotta stop that.
Gary
You're fucking rolling
again.
20 on the wrong game.
I was gonna say I've hacked into the mainframe. I can see through space and time. I know how to do this now.
All right. So Gary's sitting there, arms crossed, very perplexed that these two elves are just fascinated by this tree. Though, although very beautifully, vibrantly colored, the rest of the trees are also very vibrantly colored. This one just happens to be isolated in a cow pasture field. And just shake your head, and out of the corner of your eye, you notice the color red catches your eye. And it catches your eye because it's not up in a tree, it's on the ground. And you walk over to it, and you find that it's actually a trail of blood, a big, actually, splattering of blood that the elves clearly missed because of the beautiful tree, and
Because of the
there is
foliage.
because the foliage of this beautiful tree.
Sorry.
Foliage on the wild
That
tree.
was a fucking obnoxious laugh. I'm sorry. It just came out of like nowhere. I tried to hold it.
And there's a trail of blood leading from this spot through a broken bit of pasture fence and continuing on to what looks to you to be a game trail that leads into the Northwood itself.
Yeah. Gary's just gonna just follow it. He's not even gonna say anything to like he'll nudge Uma, but he's not even gonna say anything to the elves. He's just gonna start following that fucking trail. Just slowly.
Meanwhile, cut back to Varo and Elar. They each got like a hand on the tree. This is some good wood. Like this right here. Like so many bow staffs could be made from this. Like just look at it. It's like
high quality.
Yeah.
I know high quality.
I'm glad we see eye to eye on this.
Yes, our eyes are seeing each other's eyes.
Even though like Ela is like more than like a foot taller than Varo. Varo's between like 5'4" and 5'6". Like he's like I just like that there's like progression all the way from Uma up to Gary. Like there's like slow steps, so like we could all stand in a single file line and see perfectly over each other the whole way.
Yeah.
All right, so Gary walks over and he's at the head of the trail. Did Uma go with him?
Yeah, she would follow, but she's gonna yell out to the elves. She's like, I get that that's some beautiful foliage, but you have to come this way, and we found something. Get your head out of the trees.
All right. So you're at the head of the trail. You see the blood trail going, and why don't one of you two do a survival check?
Uh-oh, Gary.
See, I got a +3, but that's up to you.
In all honesty, this is something you want Varo to do. No, legitimately.
Is Varo?
Yes.
Is Varo still over by the tree, or?
No. Once Uma came back in, Varo, like, immediately was like, "Oh, like, shake out of it. Gotta go. We're at work. No more water cooler talk."
I can just see him like, I was like, "Oh, gotta go back to work," and then run back over the tree, rub it, and go, "I'll be seeing you later."
Was it Molly Shannon?
I'm gonna make so many bow staffs out of you.
Was it Molly Shannon from Superstar who makes up with the tree? She like practices kissing on the tree or whatever.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that's Varo. He's got to think the trees.
All right, Gary. So you can roll your survival.
I was
Varo
serious. I was like, that's one of Varo's skills.
All right.
Hold on, can I just see? I just want to see what's gonna happen. This won't mean shit. I just want to see what happens. Oh, okay, cool.
Right.
I just wanted to see, because if I had rolled like another like crazy high number, I was gonna be like, what?
Got loaded dice.
What is going on? Seriously. Like, yeah,
throw him in Foundry jail. He's hacked the game.
I was gonna say, downloaded a module, a DM module.
Well, unfortunately, you guys don't see anything. You're just focused on this game trail, and it's your typical game trail. It goes through the woods are very thick, but this is clearly a game path where many animals make way, and you see that the blood trail goes for a little bit, and you're standing there at the edge of it, and though it's later in the day now. It's been a couple hours since you arrived in the town, so let's say it's probably about like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. It had gotten cloudy as you guys had made the walk here and did the talking and then did the goring, and a light snowfall. The wind blows and a light snow very early snow begins to fall, and you guys you collectively look at each other, you all do a nod in unison, and you step onto the game trail and begin walking, and the snowfall begins to intensify, and we will pick up next Tuesday.
Oh.
Nice. Nice. I like how the snowfall started.
I wish I could say I actually did that, but I did not.
Oh.
All my focus is just going on not fucking up too much. So
It's all right. You don't have to tell us. You don't have to tell us that. It's okay. Just let the illusion. It's okay. We know.
When I was 18 years old, my first job I ever got on, the first journeyman I ever worked with, first thing he told me was, "It's only a fuck up if you can't fix it."
Well, apparently my passing off of Mickle and foliage were fucking called out.
I was gonna say I almost feel like
only 'cause we love you.
foliage. I almost feel like foliage should be the word of the week. What were we gonna do?
Foliage.
I mean, we can.
Foliage.
It's up to you guys. Foliage or
Foliage.
I don't remember what the other one was.
Wild.
Wild.
Wild. Give me foliage or Mickle.
How about wild foliage?
There you
I think
go.
we're adding
Wild
two words
foliage.
for the week now.
Oh, we're switching it. Okay. Let me update it.
Wild foliage.
When Izzy said foliage that last time, like it fucking like punched it like that. I left, like it just caught me by surprise, and I tried to stop it, and I was such an obnoxious sound came from my fucking body. Just, like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck?
All right, so we are going to actually do our giveaway for the night.
Right.
So I got to do my special little thingy that I have. Hold on. All right, here we go.
That was fun.
Yeah, there is.
Nice.
All right, so we are going to the giveaway is closed. We've got 5 people who entered today, so I am going to close it, and we're gonna let it pick a winner. So it picks a winner on its own. It's automatic, and the winner is wearing a thong.
All right, the winner's wearing a
The
thong.
winner's wearing a
That is
thong.
like the perfect
I know that
Nice.
guy.
And they even said, no, big money, no women.
Hey! So wearing a thong, you actually head over to Be a D&D, their website. They have like 3 main designs up right now, which is a dragon eye, a piano mimic, and a rabicorn, like Pegasus unicorn rabbit creature. Those are the 3 that I saw. So they are sponsoring us this whole month, and you can choose whichever one of those 3 designs you like, and then choose either a long-sleeved or a short-sleeved t-shirt, and that's that, and give me the size, and then male, female, and then black or white, I think, are pretty much the colors. This dog is killing me. And just let me know, give me your address. This is the only way you'll get it. You'll have to give me your address. I promise not to come find you. So
That
was
makes it
kinda
creepier.
Penny,
That
if
was
you're
not convincing
if you're
at
nervous,
all.
if you're nervous about
Like,
giving Izzy your
promise
address,
not
I
to-
can just grab it. She can have it shipped to her house, and I can bring it to work for you.
there you go.
I was gonna say this turned into a horror campaign all of a sudden.
Well, I did actually drop off somebody's winnings today to their house down the street from us. So Zigatox, I know where they live, and I dropped that off. So hopefully they actually got it. So yes,
With coronavirus and t-shirts, you need a fucking one of those t-shirt cannons.
I definitely-
Kathunk.
Just drives by.
Right through the window.
So yeah, just tell me your size, the color, and the type, long sleeve, short sleeve, and which design you like in my DMs. You can just go ahead and DM me or send it to us on the Discord, and I will communicate that to Be a D&D. And we've got 2 more of these for this month: Saturday's campaign and next Tuesday. So thank you for hanging out and entering the giveaway. So, congrats.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm gonna be sad when March is over because we won't be giving away their shirts.
Well, I don't know.
Like their shirt.
They might actually continue. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna promise anything because I don't want to speak for them. But
Oh yeah, sorry, Initiative League.
Oh shit. Sorry. But continue to enter into our monthly giveaway. I lowered the number of critties that you need, so it's only 1,500 now. So you can check that out. Check out the channel points. Is there anything else we're forgetting? Check out our Patreon, our merch. You guys can spam the. Here, I'll do it.
Yeah, the TeePublic goes on sale tomorrow till Friday. Yeah, the Patreon, we have so many fucking cool ideas that we're throwing on there that is worth checking out if you want to support us that way and just be privy to some cool shit. Join us on our Discord where we are just,
Mostly
shenanigans. Mostly memes, but, memes and chatting, and memes cause chatting. It's fun. We got a little community on there. It's a Discord. And I think that's it. So yeah, we will be back on Saturday with the Bums of Greenest Tyranny of Dragons actually beginning after
several
months, couple of
Rise
deaths.
of Tiamat, yeah.
Oh right, to Rise of Tiamat, and then we'll pick this campaign with Whippy, Wicked Independent Prestige Incorporated, which I always forget. That's why I just say Whippy and put Whippy on everything, because Whippy is more fun to say. But we'll pick back up with this next week. The next part is called Part 2, Friend or Foe.
All right.
Foe.
We are going to.
It was Joseph saying that. He wishes he could go with you. Let's pull his sword down and his brittle old bones can go fight some orcs. Feel lucky, punk.
We're gonna raid Nerd League Gaming, and I will be back on Thursday with some DM prep talk, and yeah, we'll see you on Saturday or Thursday if you decide to come hang out with me. You're welcome. You're welcome to do that. So. Let's raid.
You're all awesome.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thanks for all the raids, everyone.
You guys are great.
Shit! I forgot that. Hold on. We're not raiding right yet. We're gonna do the thank you credits.
We gotta roll credits.
Credits.
Yeah, we've got my credits. So thank you for your support, everybody. We do have Sternsy Gaming, who did some biddies tonight. We love our biddies. Show us your biddies. Followers, we have 128th. And 2 raids tonight, the Role Players Guild and Admiral Effort, which, just as a reminder, will be streaming with Admiral Effort and others over at Wesselhausen's stream starting on April 5th. 17 weeks, Candlekeep Mysteries, D&D sponsor, D&D Beyond sponsored, sorry, and be a D&D sponsored. So thank you for your support. We are going to raid in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
You guys are awesome.
We did it.
Oh, these are old dudes.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say they look. Why does the first guy look like